The Exchange on Deep Dive.
So recently, Zimbabwe has suspended poultry and poultry product imports coming from the country of Brazil. And the reason for this cessation or freeze being reports of avian flu, particularly a highly pathogenic avian influenza outbreak that was recorded within that country. So authorities there have stressed the need for strict compliance with control measures, as well as making sure on a Zimbabwean side that we protect consumers and Zimbabwe's poultry industry and economy. It is a good evening, Mr. Mudereri, and welcome. It's always good to have you on our programs on the Deep Dive.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening, Zimbabwe. Good evening, listeners.
So, I mean, looking at this, it is quite concerning, isn't it? How will the Commission ensure that our consumers are protected from potential health risks associated with avian influenza in poultry products?
Yeah, thank you so much. Once again, I want to express my appreciation for continuously engaging with the Commission, which is the national protector of consumers. You know, I think we are one of those commissions where our clients is the whole population of Zimbabwe, including
Absolutely.
yourself.
Yes, to turn my clients in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we really appreciate the move that has been taken by government. And I think what I can say for now is that I think as a nation, I think we need even to broaden the scope and to make sure that all the products that are coming into the country, they meet the quality and the standard requirements as required by our laws. I know that this is mainly under the purview of the Ministry of Health and Child Care and also the Ministry of Agriculture, because they also regulate the coming in of imports. But as a commission, just to say that we are guided by the Consumer Protection Act, in particular Section 10. Section 10 quite spells out that no supplier should supply goods or service to the consumers which do not meet mandatory safety and quality standards as prescribed by any law or underlying any law, because we are saying whatever any law that controls issues to do with quality, any law that deals with issues to do with whatever the products that are to make sure that the products that are there, they are safe. But the important issue is about safety of our consumers. So we are applauding this measure, and as a commission, we are going to engage the relevant authorities, the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Agriculture, so that actually we do some blitz. Because the way how we work is that we work with other agencies, so that if there are any products which have found themselves into the market, we confiscate them and they are destroyed. I think we have seen some of the products that we destroyed at Pomona. I know there was a bit of reaction saying
after the 4 tons, was it 4 tons of chicken?
Yeah, so we need to ensure that all those products that they found themselves in our markets, whether by hook or crook, they are confiscated and they are destroyed for the safety of our consumers.
You know, as you referenced that very shocking incident not so long ago, it leads me to the next question in terms of the measures that the Commission will take to verify compliance with safety standards in the poultry industry. Do we actually import chicken from Brazil? There are people who are like, but how does that concern us as Zimbabwe? Perhaps you could put that into context as well as just outline some of those specific measures around verification of compliance.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think just also to educate our consumers that under the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, there's a program called the Consignment-Based Conformity Assessment Program. Usually, it's either you do it pre-shipment or destination inspection, where before some of these products they are imported into the country, they are verified to check whether they meet the minimum quality or safety standards, or they are even inspected wherever they are put in bond, then so that they are inspected before they are distributed to consumers. But it's not quite under the purview of the Commission. It's under the purview of the Ministry of Agriculture, because they are the ones which gives the import permits. What we only do is that we work with them. Let's say we get this kind of alerts, then we now need to work with them, because ultimately for us, we are the beneficiaries, because we know that and we are guaranteed that our consumers, they are well protected. So I think the moment these things come up, we rightfully engage, and we have now been engaging, and I think whatever, we'll take any measure that is really necessary to ensure that these products, they are not seen in our markets, and we'll be sending, I think like what I said previously, as a commission, we've got a team of inspectors who are appointed in terms of Section 7 of the Act. They're actually moving around, but they will not only be focusing on chickens, but every product. And once we get these products, we take them to government laboratories, we take them to SARS. I think you know SARS, the Standard Association of Zimbabwe, so that they check and test these products for us. Once they've been tested, and then whatever the chemicals or whatever the pathogens that will be there, then we spring into action. And we also rely on tip-offs from members of the public, because I think some of them, they might skip us, so that they give us the hot spots. I think that is very key, because that information is really needed, where if necessary we can even rope in the Zimbabwe Republic Police so that they can assist us. I think because some of these markets, they are very, very dangerous areas where we need the assistance of the police, even if it is issues to do with smuggling. So I think what I'm saying in summary is that it will be a multi-stakeholder approach. Because if you look at the issue of smuggling, if it is smuggling, then we'll be also verifying the papers to say, how did you get these particular products into the country? So working with the Simra, with hoping the Zimbabwe Republic Police, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Agriculture, all these agencies, and it will actually be part of the government set up a task force on business malpractices, which is currently in operation. We've been doing some blitz to make sure that we nip these unscrupulous businesses, we whip them into line, so that really our consumers, they are well protected. I will continue to repeat that we take these things seriously, because some of these diseases that you are struggling with, you are talking about the cancers, you are talking about all these diseases. It doesn't make sense now to just overload our health system with some of the things that would have prevented beforehand. So it's very key, and I think we work very hard and ensure that we activate all the necessary apparatus within our control to ensure that we control this kind of issues.
It really is, I think, a measure of relief to hear that the Commission is seized with these issues and looking at them with the veracity that the issues deserve. And now, in moving on, Mr. Mudereri, let's dig deeper into the sort of surveillance that is going to be seen around the poultry products sector. Will there be market surveillance conducted to ensure that the poultry products that are being sold in Zimbabwe are not coming from Brazil during this suspension period? And also maybe just to know how long, the freeze on getting poultry from Brazil will last, if you are at liberty to say.
Okay, thank you so much. In terms of the duration of the freeze, that one I can't say with authority, because it's outside the purview of the Commission. But I think coming in from the consumer protection or from the consumer protector would want to ensure that the freeze lasts as long as we are doubtful that our consumers, they are not yet safe, or we are not out of the woods yet in terms of whatever the reports that we'll be getting in terms of the spread of this disease from the Brazilian side. But as you have said, I think as a country, I think we've already taken a stance, and I can also not speak competently in terms of the issues of protecting our local industry. I think this has got two dimensions. The other one, I think, which you've talked about, is the issue of protecting our local industry. But just to say that, it's not like these imports, they are just allowed looking from my past life, because I used to work for the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, these things mainly they are verified. To say imports of those particular type of products, they are only allowed if there's a gap. Otherwise, if there's no gap, if they've got adequate supply of chickens in the country, inspection SARS in it destination zvatosvika muno zvinenge zvisina kuitwa post shipment, but zvosvika muno zvinotanga zvaiswa muwarehouse zvochekwa kuti are they meeting the required quality standards. It's a program which is there, and the government is under the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. But I think our challenge is on smuggling.
A big one, and
yes.
Quite intriguing. I mean, even what you're sharing about, those checks that are done, kuti those sorts of, programs are actually available, and that the ministry is doing those things. Another message coming in from Eunice, who says, is this disease airborne or foodborne? Can migratory birds spread this disease? And we also don't want birds flying in from Brazil. That's never wild birds come. I don't know if you can speak to this one. Is it a food? I would imagine it's more foodborne, isn't it? From the press release that I shared with you there, they've talked about it being a highly contagious disease that has the potential to spread through infected poultry and related products. Saka kana huku yacho yanga ine this disease before it was slaughtered, then the likelihood of spread ndokunzwisisa kwandaita zvangu apo Eunice ndichingoturukira zvangu. And then this one, all right, I think, okay, you're talking about human wildlife conflict. All right, that's all right. Thank you so much for that. But I mean, as we bring our conversation to a close, we're fast running out of time. Mudereri, this is a very it's a scary situation to be in, the health risks. Why should consumers take heed? Perhaps let me put it that way. Why should consumers take heed of this warning? Why should they know or be concerned about where their food or food products are coming from and whether there is any risk of contamination?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think consumers need to take heed so that their health is protected. And what we want to say is that your health matters, not only for yourself, but even for ourselves. And even as a country, this is very critical because we also don't want to destroy our poultry industry. So we are saying to our consumers, please make sure that the poultry products that you are consuming, they are local. And I think very soon, we'll be communicating with you. We are going to run some educational campaigns so that we educate our consumers. But we can only be able, this is why I'm not giving more details now in terms of the programming. We also need to consult with the relevant authorities, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Agriculture, because they are the ones with the requisite authority. So that, but as ours is to work together, like what I've said, but we are saying we're going to run educational campaigns. We are going to accelerate them so that we educate our consumers. But we are saying let's desist from consuming the chickens that you don't know where they've come from. And in most cases, most products which are found in these formal shops, usually they're not a challenge, like what I've said from the surveys that we've done. But we are discouraging our consumers from doing that. Let's also be responsible consumers by taking action and also protecting ourselves. That's the empowerment that we want to give to our consumers.
Absolutely. And a listener has just sent me a message here, Hubert Mukwerere. Thanks, Hubert. And it is shocking. It is what looks like a room with that very famous beverage, but it doesn't look like it's a Coca-Cola factory to me. Several bottles of it's definitely not a Coca-Cola factory. Akawanda Mudereri on the floor. Nemuna rukuya ne welding, looks like a flame gun to put the pallets together. Yeah. So I've asked the listener, is this Zimbabwe? I'm hoping, that they can share more information so that maybe they can alert yourselves about that. But it's just scary. The listener says,
Yeah, it's shocking, and to be honest, I think they need to report. I think the listener, I think he needs to phone us on 0719-176-856 or 861 or 865, so that we busted the syndicate. We're actually waiting. We really need this information, because we also rely on these tip-offs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think
I will forward you the video, and hopefully, the listener, if it is in Zimbabwe, they can then give you more information.
Yes, definitely.
As we wrap up, Chaplain A says, thank you so much for educating us, mudereri, but the disease called smuggling must be dealt with seriously. This is coming from Tafazwa Mumanyi Arikushutungwiza. I think it's just a comment. Great. Here says, these tuck shops are stocked with counterfeit products made by Chinese nationals, even liquor and our very own mazoe. I remember seeing some guys around Copacabana selling mazoe, saying it's from Zambia in a large container. Just your, final thoughts reflecting on those messages.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are really happy that the consumers have got this information. We are going to visit these places. I think here mazoe, we've actually dealt with it. Quite a number of it. It's said that, I don't know that you saw the one that was circulating, I think 2 weeks ago, where they were taking these old recycled mazoe empties and packaging what they are calling mazoe. I think we've busted one of the syndicates. So we really need the information, because this is really serious, and we want consumers to come forward, report to us, so that we take immediate action. Because but I think our team of investigators, they are also moving around, so that they also assist us, so that we bust this syndicate.
Absolutely. The listener comes back and says it's not Zimbabwe, but it does look like it could be India or Pakistan thereabout. Yeah. But still, the products are then being shipped to other countries and finding their way here. So it still remains a matter of great concern. I want to thank you, mudereri, as always, for your time and for really sharing your passion for consumer protection with us, and also ensuring and making it clear and plain that consumers have rights, and and you take care of all the issues. So you've shared a number. We certainly hope our consumers can continue to lock in with you. And your parting shot on this issue regarding poultry products from Brazil and the health risks going forward.
Yeah, thank you so much. My last word is that please, let's take action and protect ourselves. Let's not buy from unregistered shops. Let's buy from registered shops, so that when we have a problem, if you report to us, we'll be able to take action. Because if you buy under a tree, the moment we want to go back to that muhacha, we don't go see people, so it will give us a lot of problems. So, and also please continue reporting, and we are there for you. We are your protector. And we are really itching to take action, and don't hesitate to report. We are there for you. Thank you.
Please do share that number one more time, mudereri, before you go.
Yes, our hotline number is 0719-176-856 or 861 or 865. I will come again, 0719-176-856 or 861 or 865.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much, mudereri. Let's meet again in more discussions around consumer protection in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you, listeners.
Always a pleasure. One more time, if you need that number, it's 0719-176-856, the hotline to get in touch with the Consumer Protection Commission. If you see something that doesn't look right, if you have been taken advantage of, please do not hesitate. Manyaiko Consumer Protection Commission, they're here to protect you.
The Exchange on Deep Dive.